from Juba, on air and online.
This is iRadio News.
Hello, good morning and happy Independence Day to you. This is iRadio Morning News. First, here are the headlines. The Minister of Finance and Planning of South Sudan and Qatar National Bank have agreed to expedite discussions to finalize debt repayment terms shortly. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation has confirmed the arrival of 5 migrants, including 1 South Sudanese who have been deported from the United States of America over the weekend. And South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa has opposed what he calls the unilateral higher trade tariffs imposed on his country by the U.S. These stories and more coming to you in this news bulletin with me, Lasuba Memo, and now the news in detail. The Ministry of Finance and Planning and Qatar National Bank have agreed to expedite discussions to finalize debt repayment in the near future. This followed a virtual meeting between the Finance Minister, Dr. Mariel Dongring-Ater, and officials from Qatar National Bank on Tuesday. In a post on the ministry's official social media, both parties reaffirmed their shared commitment to an amicable resolution grounded in the long-standing partnership and economic cooperation between Juba and Doha. The minister said, and I quote, "We are encouraged by the collaborative spirit demonstrated by all parties during today's meeting. The government remains fully dedicated to resolving this matter through continued and effective engagement with QNB. Our focus is on reaching a mutual agreeable settlement that strengthens this virtual partnership," end quote. The finance minister expressed the government's commitment to sustainable debt servicing and reinforced confidence in South Sudan's financial management system. Minister Dr. Dongrin also reiterated the government's commitment to transparent and responsible fiscal policy as part of its debt resolution efforts to stabilize the economy through accountable and transparent practices. The National Ministry of Trade and Industry is calling on qualified private companies and experienced traders to take part in a major national program aimed at stabilizing market prices and improving food security in South Sudan. The country continues to face challenges from unstable market conditions, rising prices, and supply chain disruptions. In response, the ministry said it is launching a new initiative to involve the private sector in the importation of essential food items. Officials say this effort is designed to bring in expertise and innovation from private companies to help create long-term solutions for the nation's food supply. Interested companies and traders are encouraged to submit proposals for importing key food commodities. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation has confirmed the arrival of 5 migrants, including 1 South Sudanese national who were deported from the United States of America over the weekend. In an official press release shared via its Facebook page, the ministry stated that the individuals were received on July 5th at Juba International Airport following standard deportation procedures undertaken by the U.S. government. The returnees are currently under the care of the relevant government institutions where they are undergoing screening to ensure their safety, well-being, and reintegration support. The ministry explained that the deportation followed bilateral engagement between the government of South Sudan and the United States, encompassing political, economic, investment, security, humanitarian, and consular matters. It further noted that South Sudan's decision to receive the deportees at the request of the United States is a demonstration of goodwill, humanitarian cooperation, and mutual commitment to shared interest. The ministry concluded by reaffirming South Sudan's commitment to international cooperation and its responsibility to uphold humanitarian principles. This is iRadio Morning News, and now to the international scene. South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa has opposed what he calls the unilateral higher trade tariffs imposed on his country by the U.S. U.S. President Donald Trump announced on Monday that he would subject imports from South Africa to a new 30% tariff on August 1st. It is the only country from sub-Saharan Africa that Trump singled out in his announcement, reflecting his strained relationship with Ramaphosa's government. In a letter to Ramaphosa, Trump said South Africa's trade relationship with the U.S. has been unfortunately far from reciprocal. In his response, Ramaphosa maintained a 30% tariff is not an accurate representation of available trade data. And finally, the first malaria treatment suitable for babies and very young children has been approved for use. It's expected to be rolled out in African countries within weeks. Until now, there have been no approved malaria drugs specifically for babies. Instead, they have been treated with versions formulated for older children, which presents a risk of overdose. This is our Radio Morning News. And to end this bulletin, here's a recap of the headlines. The Minister of Finance and Planning and Qatar National Bank have agreed to expedite discussions to finalize debt repayment terms shortly. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation has confirmed the arrival of 5 migrants, including 1 South Sudanese who have been deported from the United States of America over the weekend. And South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa has opposed what he calls the unilateral higher trade tariffs imposed on his country by the U.S. That's the end of iRadio Morning News. If there is a story or an event you'd like iRadio to cover or report about, please send us a text message at +211 925 287 870. It's also our WhatsApp number. Follow us on X at iRadio Juba, like our Facebook page iRadio, subscribe to our YouTube channel at iRadio South Sudan. You can also visit our website and listen to us online at www.iradio.org. Stay tuned for the news in Arabic at 8 o'clock. I am Lasuba Memo. Thanks for listening.